Hi everyone, this is Prashad Parthiban. Today I'll be taking a training on personal auto insurance. Personal auto insurance covers both property and liability coverage. So for an example, if you drive your car, if something happens to you or your car, then the property coverage will give required protection to you and your car. Similarly, if you drive your car and due to your negligence, you damage someone else's car, then the liability coverage will give required protection to someone else's car, but not yours. Personal auto insurance covers at-fault versus no-fault states. Within United States of America, we have 38 states that are at-fault states and 12 states that are no-fault states. The primary difference between at-fault and no-fault states is, in case of at-fault states, the driver was responsible for the accident will make the required payment using his or her insurance company. But in case of no-fault states, we don't look at who was at fault. Each individual party has to claim their payment using their own insurance company. So in case of no-fault states, we have an additional coverage called personal injury protection. So that particular coverage will give coverage for you, your family, and your passenger injuries for the below mentioned benefits. Personal auto markets. We have two kinds of markets. One is residual and one is voluntary. So the residual market is for high-risk drivers. The voluntary market is for the drivers with accident-free driving records. When it comes to rating, how do you calculate premium? These are the different factors that we use to come up with the premium. Territory, age, marital status, driving record, multi-car discount. So using all these factors, we come up with the premium for personal auto policies. To start with the coverage structure, the first structure that you will see in your policy is Part A, which is liability coverage, which will have basically bodily injury and property injury. So bodily injury is nothing but the coverage injuries for other parties up to the specified limit. If someone is injured due to your negligence and if they have some bodily injury, then using this coverage, we can make required payment. Similarly, if due to your negligence, if you damage someone else's car, using this coverage, property injury coverage under liability, you can make the required payment. So when you say liability coverage, there are two kinds of limits. One is split limit, one is combined single limit. Split limit will be in such a way that you will have limits that says bodily injury to one person, bodily injury to the whole accident, on the property damage. It will be like 100/200 or 500 or 300/400/600 based on whatever the limit that you select. Or you can select overall single limit, say like 600 or 700. That will cover all three scenarios: bodily injury to the persons or the property damage. It is so whatever is going to benefit you, you can select accordingly, either combined single limit or the split limit. The second coverage that you will see is medical payments coverage, which is nothing but the coverage that compensates for your required medical expenses when you get into the accident. Again, this is based on the limits that you are going to select. The third coverage is going to be uninsured motorist coverage. In case when you drive and someone without insurance comes and hits you, then your insurance company is going to make the required payment using this coverage, uninsured motorist coverage. This is pretty much called as reverse liability. Even though your insurance company is paying it, this is because someone came and hit you and they do not have the insurance. So that's the reason why your insurance company is paying you. That's why we call it as reverse liability. The next coverage is underinsured motorist coverage. Assume that if someone hit your car and they don't have required coverage, when it's required coverage, they have a limit of 100K, but your expenses are 150K. The remaining 50K will be taken care by your insurance company when you have this coverage, underinsured motorist coverage. And then the third point, as I just mentioned, limits has to be selected based on your needs. The next two coverages are very important. One is collision, one is comprehensive. Collision is where you collide with some other car, and using this coverage, you can get the required coverage for your car. And there has to be a deductible here, 500 or 1000 or 1500 based on your requirements. Similarly, comprehensive coverage is anything apart from collision. Like say you have your car in your parking lot and if a tree fell on your car, So that will come under comprehensive. Similarly, if you drive a car and if a deer, it's your car. So anything apart from this collision will come under comprehensive. Even for comprehensive, you'll have a specific deductible. Duties after accident. Anytime when there's an accident, it is very important that you follow all your duties. Like as an insured, you have to notify the insurer within certain time. So all those duties has to be followed to make sure that the payment is received on time. General provisions. We have general rules saying that if you want to cancel your policy, you have to give certain number of days. If you want to do a policy change, only the first named insured can do that. So all those general provisions will be documented under Part F. Apart from the regular coverages, we do have some extra coverages like rental coverage, roadside assistance. So rental coverage, we know if something happens to your car and it cannot be used for next 1 week, you can rent a car and insurance company is going to pay for that. Similarly, roadside assistance, if something happens to your car, to tow your car, you can use roadside assistance. Again, it can be real or reimbursement model. Real is where the insurance company will send the towing van to tow your car to the nearby mechanic shop. Reimbursement model is where you have to call the towing company yourself and then later on reimburse it from the insurance company. Gap coverage, this is more for the lease vehicle. In case if it's totally damaged and your total value is less than the loan value, then the insurance company is going to cover the gap amount. So that's what the gap coverage is. New car replacement. Sometimes some insurance company, what they say is like if you have a car with 2020 model, if it is totally damaged, they give you a model of 2021. So that's what this new car replacement is all about. Thank you very much for your time. If you like my training videos, please do subscribe my YouTube channel. I will continue to post a lot of training videos regarding property and casualty insurance, agile, and a lot of emerging technologies. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.